time checker being 11:30 AM on a Saturday the 27th of July 2019, 21st century. So now just note the issues. I think the time and date stamp on the track is 1 hour too slow. So on the mobile phone, internet phone, it's basically that time. It's 1 hour slow, the actual tracking ID time and date stamp. Approaching the actual location now, look. There's not exactly a queue on today. There was a queue of like 10 or 15 people several weeks back. It's a good job that I got here at this time though, isn't it? What's this supposed to be? Restrictions from the council. What's this supposed to be? Supposedly I, Saxon, Director of Operations and Neighbour, Tameside 1, followed by a PO box number, Marketplace, Ashton Under Lyne, Tameside. The county's missing, it's Lancashire, followed by an OL6 6BH. So there's some restrictions actually on parking, so I can't exactly take that off and scan it and put it on social media. You notice supposedly CCTV in operation, and where's the CCTV? There is no CCTV. There's only a 30 quid plastic camera around the corner that doesn't work properly. What's this say? Amazon returns. Like they can't even print a label off because they can't afford like a £300 printer scanner, even though they got millions of pounds. So if you notice this information here, they can't afford like a £400 printer scanner when they basically got millions of pounds, and they can't provide that here. And look at the dimensions of the prison cell room.
We've had a lot of them, yeah.
Notice it here, the operative working times. You only work a short day a week. That's the hours you actually work. Excuse me, pal, I was waiting here before you.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Ah, thank you, thanks.
I thought you were waiting for somebody.
No, I'm just waiting for a messed up post, aren't I? At least there's not a queue of 15, 25 people today, though, is the outside?
Yes.
Oh, it's a difficult situation, isn't it, obviously?
Yeah.
Oh.
Can all do the best, can
Well, are they doing the best, or are they just deliberately messing people around? It's like a Sunday day out at the local pub, though, isn't it? It's like looking at a photo of Sunday day out at the local pub, though, isn't it?
Thank you.
Because post is paid to be delivered. If I make a purchase or send a letter, I physically, practically pay for that post to end up at the destination. I'm not supposed to have to do the postman's job for them and pay additional expense and have additional difficulties. That's actually illegal and against the law. It's fraud. It's a fraud, postal services, because the post specifically is supposed to be given into my hand with a name and address untampered with on the address label. That's the way it actually is. Because if it's got my name and address on, the only way it gets there is by going to my destination, my home address normally, and putting my hand afterwards 1 or 2 days later with tracking on the internet. So what's this? They've actually gone and banned the post for 2 years. So what's this piece of paper here? Don't tell me it's a 3p piece of paper from Angela Rayner today.
Thank you very much.
On the 4th of April 2017. There's a manager here called Andrew Cole, please.
He's not in, Gary, I'm sorry.
Well, I spoke to him several hours ago. He's not here to speak to.
No, he's gone to Rochdale.
What's he doing at Rochdale when he's a manager for this office?
I don't know, I can't answer that, I'm sorry.
Because Jared Ratchford's a manager for the Hyde office, isn't he?
No.
Because he's moved over. Good, Jed Smith, whatever his
That's
name,
right,
Jared
yes.
Smith.
Yeah.
He's basically now over at Hyde
Yes.
Postal Services, isn't he?
Yeah.
Because he used to be the previous manager, didn't he?
That's right. They've swapped offices more or less because Andy was at Hyde.
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
tried to give me some stupid coins, and imagine that was my wages, so I reposted him some Gestapo SS coins afterwards because the ridiculous postal services. What I need to ask, this is actually visually a ban of post since the 4th of April 2017, which is blatantly illegal. That's like 2 years
Right,
later
you'd have to
at
get
least.
in touch with Andy first.
That
and
ban
speak
needs
to him
taking
about
off,
it. I'm sorry, Gary.
and you need to go to court,
Have
the
you
Royal
got
Mail
some ID
Postal
on you, just so
Services.
that I check
I've
it
got my
for you?
common law court ID, and these are all the actual people and names.
Yeah, have you got your
supposedly
ID on you?
qualified at legal for the Postal Complaints Service. That's
Gary,
a waste
I'm sorry,
of
I'm
time.
going to have to carry on with the queue, but have you got some
No,
ID so I can
well, I'm
give
going to
you
leave
your
you this
mail?
evidence here. You can
That'll
have a
be
read
fine,
of
yes.
that.
Do you want me to pass it on to Andy for
Andrew
you?
Cole, yes.
I will do.
And stop the sly
I think
tricks.
it'll be Monday before I see it.
Here's
but
my common law court card with my photo ID and name.
That'll be perfect. That's lovely. Thank you, Gary. Right, there's your one. There's two. And
See
three.
if this will fit inside here, this
And then
D-pack
we've got
bag.
the fourth one as well. So I'll just get you to sign for the fourth
Well, hang on
one.
a second, just check this.
Yeah, don't worry, and then you're done.
Taking a bit of time to do this, isn't it? It's getting more difficult than what it should be, isn't it? So this is going to go in here or have more squiggles. Slightly, isn't it? Should have got a bigger D-pack bag, shouldn't I? A bigger black triangle bag, shouldn't I? Get more bigger black triangle bags.
And the bottom one's quite heavy as well.
It's
There
time
you
to
go.
carry
If I
that
just
back,
get you to
doesn't it?
sign anywhere in the box.
Well, it should be a bit clearer in the doctor's signature, shouldn't it?
Hopefully.
Well, it's not working as I put the
You
mark
will
on it.
see a bit of something.
Try and spell my name a bit clearer than doctor's name. That's a struggle,
That's
though, isn't it?
perfect. Lovely.
It's not even my proper
Sometimes I get
signature,
an
is
X.
it?
That's lovely.
It's not like
Gary,
a visual
thank you.
time and date stamp, is it? Like having
No.
like visual time and date stamps.
Thank you very much for that, and I'll pass that on to Andy when I
Yeah,
next
because
see
it's
you.
actually illegal to ban the post and have to do your job for you. That's totally illegal. You've broken the law. I've got the evidence. They're having to slightly queue up outside again afterwards. They're having to get their own post and do the postman's job for them because of the scamming postal services. Look at all the cars. They're certainly not short of expensive cars. I mean, how much are these cars worth? Certainly making sure the staff get the wages, aren't they? Obviously. So the staff get the wages, obviously, or else they wouldn't be able to afford to drive around these cars, or would they? So they're certainly getting the money when the post is being delivered. Where's all the vehicles gone out of the car park? I mean, what they've done, moved them out of the car park. Where's all the postal vehicles gone? There's not even one remaining. So now I'm having to go and get my own post. Yet all the vehicles have vanished. These aren't Post Royal Mail Scam Postal Services vehicles. Where's all the post office vehicles gone? That's rather suspicious, isn't it? So this Ford and this, what is it? Is it an Opel? This that's a Citroen van, but that's not somebody's personal car, is it? More than likely. Like this Fiat, that's actually somebody's personal car and works at the post office. Followed by this Vauxhall, this light blue Vauxhall, followed by this, I don't know what that's supposed to be. Followed by this Nissan. I mean, that's a bit of an expensive car, isn't it? They're certainly making sure the staff get the wages, aren't they? Obviously. It's certainly not been vandalised, or is it, by covert police yet, has it? Oh, look, he's scuffed his. How was he managed to scuff his vehicle actually on there? Look, the red scuff marks on the vehicle. How's that happen? So how much has this cost? So the only way some workers got this is by being paid a lot of money in wages. This is quite an expensive vehicle. This isn't a 0 hours contract job to drive around in this. So for somebody to drive around in that, they're not going to get paid peanut wages and be working on 0 hour contracts. At least the post office are getting paid money for these parcels to be delivered, aren't they? Obviously, even though the members of the public are having to do the post office job for them, aren't they? Obviously. And what's this supposed to be? Right, so you've got to turn up and stick it inside that. Right, so it's actually paid for electronically or with paper money and coins to be sent in the post, though, isn't it? So if it's actually lost in the post or stolen by their own postal staff, you can't actually visually see what's happening with the post. It's not possible. So when you put a letter inside that, there's not a camera actually fastened to the post watching what's going on all the time by a live stream video view, is there, to see exactly where it's going. So the only way you know it's going to arrive there is by sign 4 track 4 post, and then getting it, and then phoning up the actual destination afterwards and finding out specifics of the details of the item getting there, like asking what the product actually is and what the design of the product is. That tallies with the instructions of the product being posted. They're certainly not short of money buying all these expensive cars, are they? Obviously. Certainly made sure they get some money for posting the letters and parcels, don't they? Obviously. I wonder where the blue chain padlocks actually got off the prison armoured gates. The prison armoured gates has got the blue padlock removed now afterwards, and still the same bodged infrastructure. They've now still got the same bodged infrastructure. Although look at this, not in use, but perhaps it doesn't even work properly. Like completely bodged, isn't it? Obviously. So now the armoured gates are now missing the actual blue chain padlock. Unlike an armoured, scammed postal services. So now my arm's slightly aching of having to carry the post right the way back, because the post can't deliver letters and parcels even though they paid to do so. So it's basically all this here that I paid for the postage to having to bring my own post back. That is dodgy, stupid and totally illegal. And there's the evidence.